Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into something I think you'll find pretty interesting, affiliate marketing, but with a twist.
A twist.
A twist. We're talking about using Canva and, get this, Pinterest for affiliate marketing.
Okay, I have to admit, that has my attention. Pinterest, huh?
Pinterest. Now, our source this time says that Pinterest can be a goldmine if you know how to work it.
I can see that. I mean, it's been around forever. It's all about visuals.
Exactly. Our source was saying, everyone's chasing the newest, shiniest platform, but sometimes those platforms that have been around a while, they've got that established audience, less noise to compete with.
And Pinterest is definitely leaning into video more and more these days, too. Like, I see a lot of those short video pins popping up now.
Oh, yeah. And our source pointed that out, too, how that actually plays really well into showcasing products, kind of like how people use TikTok and Instagram. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I think it's important to take a step back for a sec. Even with the best platform, the best visuals, none of it matters if you haven't nailed your niche.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, it's like they say, the riches are in the niches.
Yeah, okay. I like that. Riches in the niches. I'm stealing that. But seriously, you need to know exactly who you're talking to online, what they're interested in.
And that's what our source was saying, too. They highlighted a few niches that do really well on Pinterest, like cooking, health, gardening, things like that.
Right, but like you said, those are still pretty broad categories. I mean, cooking covers a lot of ground.
Exactly. It's about finding those sub-niches, Like instead of just cooking, maybe it's vegan, gluten-free desserts or something super specific.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. So let's say I've got my niche totally dialed in. How does this whole affiliate marketing thing actually work? Our source today really loves ClickBank and Digistore24.
Yeah, those are popular choices for affiliate marketers. Basically, they're like these giant marketplaces that connect creators like you and me with, businesses that want to sell stuff.
So I sign up for ClickBank, and then I can just browse around for products that fit my niche, grab an affiliate link,
And here's the thing. Our source was very clear about this. You don't want to just spam those affiliate links all over your Pinterest boards.
Oh, okay, so no going link crazy. Got it. But then how do you actually lead people to those products?
That's where having your own little corner of the internet comes in. We're talking about a website or a landing page.
Ah, I see where you're going with this.
It's all connected. But we'll dive more into that after a quick break.
Okay, so we've got our website or landing page set up, but now we need to get people to actually visit it. And that's, I guess, where the Pinterest magic happens, right? With those eye-catching pins.
Exactly. Your pins, they're like the storefront. They gotta grab attention.
But I have to be honest, designing those things always intimidates me a little. Like, how do you make something that really pops?
And the good news is, you don't need to be a design pro. Our source, they're all about Canva. And for good reason, really.
Canva, yeah. That's the one with all the templates and stuff, right?
That's the one. And they have a ton specifically for Pinterest pins, too. But before we even get into the templates, our source had some really good points about what actually makes a pin effective.
Like what?
So, they break it down into three main things. You gotta have eye-catching visuals, obviously.
Yeah.
But then the text has to be easy to read, like super clear at a glance. And finally, you need a strong layout, something that just pulls your eye right to where it needs to be.
Okay, so it's like a whole visual strategy.
Right. And Canva has these cool tools to help you do all that. Like they have this thing called Magic Media. Have you heard of that?
I think so. It's like an AI thing, right?
Yeah. You can basically type in what kind of image you want, like let's say delicious gluten-free pizza, and Canva will just generate a bunch of options for you.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is pretty magic. But then there's the text part, like how do you write good copy for something so visual?
Yeah, it's certainly different than writing a blog post or something. It's got to be short, catchy. And our source actually suggested, get this, using AI for that too, like ChatGPT.
Oh, interesting. So you could get some help brainstorming those catchy little pin descriptions.
Exactly. And speaking of strategy, once you've got all these amazing pins ready to go, you need a plan for actually sharing them.
Right. Like, how often should you be posting to Pinterest?
Good question. Our source recommends 1 to 2 pins per day. But they also emphasize that it's more about quality than quantity.
Of course. Better to have one really good pin than 5 mediocre ones.
Totally. And it's not just about posting and hoping for the best. You got to engage, Like other people's pins, leave comments, be part of the community.
Right, because isn't Pinterest all about that visual inspiration and discovering new things? So you want to be part of that conversation.
Exactly. And this is where I think a lot of people get discouraged. It takes time to build up a following. Our source was very clear about that.
It's not some get-rich-quick scheme.
Definitely not. It's a long game. But if you're patient, if you keep creating great content and engaging with people, you can definitely see results.
So we've got our niche, our products, our website, our stunning Canva pins. What am I missing?
Well, don't forget about your Pinterest profile itself. Our source mentioned that it's super important to have a clear link to your website there.
Oh, right. Because ultimately, we want to funnel all that Pinterest traffic back to our own little corner of the internet.
Exactly. It's about creating that seamless journey for your audience, from inspiration to action.
Okay, so we've talked about finding our niche, those eye-catching visuals, the whole affiliate marketing side of things. But how does it all fit together?
Right. It's like, what's the big picture here?
Yeah.
Well, imagine it like building a house. You wouldn't start with the roof, right?
It's definitely not.
Exactly. So first comes the foundation. That's your niche, those people you're trying to connect with.
Right, knowing who your audience is, what they're passionate about.
And then you find those affiliate products that actually fit those interests. It's got to be genuine.
Yeah, you don't want to come across as like a sleazy salesperson just pushing random stuff.
Nobody wants that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got your website, your landing page. It's like the actual house. That's where they land after clicking your awesome Pinterest pins.
Okay, so the pins are like the front door, the invitation.
I like that, the invitation. And you want that invitation to be irresistible, which is where all that Canva magic comes in.
Canva, our new best friend, honestly.
Right. Makes designing so much easier. But the key throughout all of this, I think, is consistency.
Keep showing up, keep creating, keep engaging.
Exactly. You can't just post a few pins and expect everyone to magically find you.
It's a process.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's a process that can be incredibly rewarding, especially with platforms like Pinterest, where, things can go viral. Those pins can stick around for ages.
And our source did mention the whole passive income potential, which, let's be honest, is a huge draw for a lot of us.
Definitely. But it's important to remember that, like anything worthwhile, it takes work.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Nope. You got to be willing to put in the effort, to be patient. And there are a few things that I think go beyond what our source was saying. Like, it's not just about choosing any affiliate product.
Right, you were saying earlier, it's got to be a good fit for your audience.
Exactly. And think about it. How many times have you bought something based on a recommendation from someone you trust?
Oh, all the time.
Right. It's about building that credibility, that trust with your audience.
Makes sense. So we've covered a lot today, from those nitty-gritty Canva tips to the bigger picture of building an online presence. Anything else people should keep in mind as they dive into the world of Pinterest and affiliate marketing?
Well, I'd say don't be afraid to get creative. There are tons of ways to stand out, to engage with your audience.
Like what? Give us some ideas.
Okay, so you could collaborate with other creators in your niche, maybe do some cross-promotion, or how about offering your audience something special, like an exclusive discount code for a product you love?
Ooh, I like that. Exclusive access makes people feel special.
Exactly. And, even something as simple as responding to every comment you get can make a huge difference. It shows you're actually present. You're listening.
It's all about building those genuine connections, isn't it? So, as always, I like to leave our listeners with something to think about. Our source focused on Canva, which is amazing, but, there are other tools out there too. So what other free design platforms could you use to create those killer Pinterest visuals?
That's a great question to leave them with. And I'd even add, how could you apply these same principles? The niche down, the consistent content, the engagement to other platforms.
Oh, Instagram, TikTok even.
Exactly.
Huh.
The possibilities are pretty much endless.
I love that. Well, that wraps up another deep dive. We've explored the ins and outs of affiliate marketing with Canva and Pinterest, and I hope you're feeling inspired to start pinning your way to success. Don't forget to check out the show notes for links to all the resources we talked about, and we'll see you next time for another exciting deep dive into the world of online business.